say this. If it weren't for C.S. Lewis and his influence, looking at the two books, the Till We Have Faces, which is a novel, and Grief Observed.
And Grief Observed, another one, yeah.
Because the problem with pain, I think I did go through that book. Yeah, I did go through that book. And then the other book was Why Good People Suffer. I think a book like that, I think it became famous. I read a lot of books before I wrote Nqaba, Grief and Hope, which was my first book.
Yeah.
But I think what C.S. Lewis did to enable me to have that confidence to really write my first book and the way that I wrote it, it was that thing that he highlights here in this portion I read, where he talks about this willingness to have this dialogue with God.
Yeah.
Where I wish there was a judge right now, because I feel like I have a stronger case,
Yeah.
I just want to take you on,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think it's beautiful when a human being attempts that, especially when you land at the right place where you realize that you're just, nothing in this gigantic thing,
Yeah.
And when I wrote Nqaba, it was a book that I felt it did confuse a lot of people. Some, not a lot. Let me not say a lot, but some people, because there is this thing that, with pain, just accept it,
Yeah.
Don't question anything. Just accept it. Having read C.S. Lewis, I felt like what C.S. Lewis taught me was that I could share my thoughts, I mean, we do have a scripture that says, let's reason together,
Yeah.
Thoughts and pain, that this is how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Then coming to God and saying, oh, hallelujah.
Yeah.
While I know very well that inside, I am frustrated, I am devastated, So when I read Grief Observed, in fact, when I was looking for books I could read at that point in time, Grief Observed made sense. Because here's a guy who was going through grief, but he was not holding back at presenting to God what was happening inside him, That gave me that courage to write Nqaba, Grief and Hope.
Very good.
And it landed at a point where I come back to the thing of mystery. I might have gone through this, we might have faced this and all that. All I know is that God is supreme.
Yeah. And even if there's no answer, a little bit of understanding, no real answer.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're still, well, why did it happen in the first place?
Yeah.
So, and there's that God is supreme and he's a God of love. And so that's the line that Lewis takes, that he's a God of love. And that ultimately, logically, pain comes from the fact that God is a God of love. And that's the way C.S. Lewis is basically saying, you can't have real love without a choice. You got to have a choice. And so when God creates us with choice, that we have free will. So that's the underlying thing. We have free will. And because of that, we can choose to love him or choose not to. Choose to accept him or to choose not to. And the consequence of each of those choices is real.